Alicia posted a video recently about YouTube vintage videos. This made me feel all nostalgic, and it kind of sent me on a journey down my own experience with YouTube, and I kind of wanted to share it all with you. Now, I am currently 28. I was 14 when YouTube first became a thing. And honestly, I don't even think I knew YouTube was a thing at that point. I can't tell you the exact time when I did finally discover it because I don't remember, but when I did, the only thing I did with it at first was watch Whose Line clips. One thing that you may have noticed is that a lot of my earlier YouTube favorites was Whose Line clips, and this is why. This is all I used YouTube for at first, so once I got an account, it just made sense to watch those Whose Line clips again. I never really considered using YouTube for anything else. And then came Brotherhood 2.0 back in 2007. Once I was introduced to the Green Brothers by my sister, I still didn't really do anything else with YouTube. Brotherhood 2.0 had its own website, so I just used that to watch the videos. But then came the secret project. Hank and John were really hyping this thing up, and they mentioned that you needed a YouTube account, so I got one. This secret project was the very first Project for Awesome. Now, I don't know how many of you remember the very first Project for Awesome, or if any of you were like in the Vlogbrothers at that time, because it, again, was a while ago, but back then YouTube did things very differently. They had a few, I think basically front pages for various categories of videos, like most liked, most discussed, most watched, that kind of thing. The main part of the first Project for Awesome was, of course, to raise money for charities, but the secondary part of that was to try to fill up all of these pages with Project for Awesome videos. And we did, for the most part. There was something almost magical about being a part of that first Project for Awesome and seeing those pages fill up with videos with that very first Project for Awesome thumbnail. After that event, I began subscribing to people. Interestingly, I've noticed that a lot of people from that period of time don't really make videos anymore. There are some exceptions. The Vlogbrothers, obviously, Wheezy Waiter, Kaylee and Lauren from 5 Awesome Girls, and of course, my brother. That's not really important to the story, it's just something that I noticed. Now, at this time, I never really considered making videos myself. Fast forward to the tail end of 2009. I get this idea in my head to write a blog post every day for an entire year. I know if I don't immediately latch on to this idea and do it, it won't get done. So on January 1st, 2010, I head on to the Nerdfighter Ning and I write my very first blog post. Do any of you remember the Nerdfighter Ning? It was a thing for a while, but then it stopped being a thing in 2016, which is unfortunate because I wasn't able to save all of my blog posts. I got through some of them, but then I got kicked out of my account and for some reason, and I wasn't able to go back in, and now it's not a thing anymore, and I lost most of them, which is unfortunate because it is a big part as to why I'm making videos. So, you know, if you happen to know how I can get things that are lost on the internet, I would like to know so that maybe I can get them back at some point. I don't have much hope with that, but, you know, maybe. Anyway, I succeed for the most part in writing a blog post every day, although I do miss a few days throughout the entire year. So I decided to make a video as punishment. My idea was to basically make a minute of video for each day that I missed, although I'm not sure how I would have succeeded in doing that because I don't never know how long these videos are going to be when I record. I write out the script for this punishment video, and I even start doing some filming in my old dorm room in Harshman, which doesn't exist anymore because the people in charge of my alma mater decided to tear it down, but that's a story for another day. But I soon realized that something has changed within me, and I actually want to make videos. At this point, it was mid-2011, and I had just moved into Falcon Heights, which was another dorm on campus. So I set my camera up on my dresser and make my very first video, if you don't count the tribute video I made to my lost hat. Now, this first video included both the footage that I recorded in Falcon Heights and also some of the footage I had filmed for my punishment video that wasn't a punishment video anymore. And the rest is history. Sporadic history, but history nonetheless. I hope you didn't mind joining me on this nostalgic trip. I just kind of wanted to go down that road with you all, so hope you enjoyed it, and I will see all of you tomorrow. I write the script, and I even end up doing some filming in my old dorm room at Harshman, which doesn't exist anymore because the people in charge of my alma mater decide. Rude. That is very rude.